Hi, I'm Berkeley Harner, the owner of Third Branch Leather, and today we're going to talk about Springfield Leather's 4-ton clicker press. This clicker press is labeled as the Craftmaster Hand Clicker Press 4-ton, and the machine is 34.5 inches by 12 inches by 15 inches for the actual machine size. The clicker press has a generous 11.5 inch by 8 3/4 inch cutting surface, and the poly board that comes with the machine is 13/16 of an inch thick. It is very robust. You're not going to be going through that anytime soon. And the actual clicking head that comes down, that area is 10 inches by 8 inches. It can handle dies all the way up to 1.25 inches and as small as 3/4 of an inch. Today in our video, I'm going to show you how to accommodate for your custom leather stamps. If those are brass, they're not always 3/4 of an inch, and even if they are, sometimes they have a problem with maxing out before it can actually make an impression. So I'm going to show you a little tip with that today as well. All right, let's get started. Don't forget to like, comment, and share below, and we hope you enjoy the content, and we'll hopefully be making more. Thanks. So this doesn't come with any written directions or any guidelines really online to how to put this together or how to utilize it. And so I wanted to show you a couple of the features here. In the pictures online, this is silver and not yellow. Obviously, we are sporting the SLC colors here of blue and yellow. But I really kind of dig this yellow because it makes it easier to see the part itself. This is designed to prevent the cam arm from coming down, and you just unscrew it a little bit and then your arm can come down to use the clicker press. Bring the arm down and you can use your clicker press. So this was already installed when the press came. I had to install these 2 bolts here on the side to install the arm. The arm is a separate unit when it's in the box. It does come with the hex wrench to install the handlebar on there. You get 2 hex wrenches and a set of extra screws, which I'm assuming are for these here in the back that hold the springs on. They look basically the same, so I'm assuming that's what that's for. Up here you've got 2 little bolts here that you can adjust this knob here. You can make that go farther out or in depending on what you want that to be set up as. This is how we adjust for the different heights of dies. So if you turn it to the left, it's going up, and if you turn it to the right, it makes it so that you can use smaller dies, like 3/4 inch and that kind of thing. So this thing weighs a ton, and when you go to use it, you want this thing to be strapped down as best as you can to be as solid as possible. Now I've got T-track on this particular work surface, and so it's easy for me to just add or subtract things, and this worked really well for me. So I've got some T-track adapters holding the back part on, and there's more holes on either side as well. I didn't feel like I really needed to put something here. It's fairly sturdy. It's not really rocking. I'm trying to wiggle it and it's not moving. The T-track really helps get that locked into place. A couple of other things that I've done is I added just a little piece of plywood underneath of here. Some of my dies are 3/4 inch dies, but they I find that it was maxing out just a little bit, so I wanted to bring that surface up a little, especially when I'm using my stamps. It wasn't coming down far enough to get the stamp to make an impression. So I added this 1/8 inch piece of plywood here just to raise the surface of the polyboard just a little bit. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little piece of foam tape in between the polyboard and the plywood, and I put some underneath of the plywood simply because that polyboard or plywood, that thing would just slide around anytime you were making cuts. So I highly suggest you add just a little piece of foam tape to that. The foam tape I'm using is the 3M Scotchgard Extreme mounting tape. I think it says on the box like holds 20 pounds of weight or whatever. Yeah, this thing's not going anywhere. It works really well on that. Another feature I've added here is just a little piece of foam on either side. It's about 1/4 inch thick, and I think it's 6 inches by 4 1/4, and it actually fits really well. Prevents my brass stamps from getting damaged, and I've got the tools that came with it on the other side. Yeah, fits real nice. All right, now we're going to kind of go through some cuts. This is around like 2.5 ounce. About 4 1/4, 4.5. Some 5 1/4. I'll move up into some more of the heavier ones. Got some 9 ounce. And then we're gonna strap into some of this big boy leather here. 10 ounce English bridle, 10.5. Okay. And I'm just gonna do some test cuts for you just so that you can see what this thing can and cannot do. I also want to make a shout out to Policy Customs, P.L. Johnson. He is fantastic when it comes to making your custom dies. He made this one for me. He sent him an email and said, here are the dimensions that I want. And he basically made the die in about a day, got it out very quickly. I think I had it in hand within the week. So thank you. You're doing a fantastic job on these, and I look forward to getting some more. So that might be an upcoming episode talking about dies. Let's start out with the light material here. Just going to put it in here, swing it across. Notice I've got my light. I don't necessarily need it for this particular die. And then looking for that little click sound. And there we go. This easily cuts through the 2.5 ounce. Let's move up to the next one. This is the 4 1/4 ounce. So we're getting slightly thicker here. There we go. Cut straight out. Move up to the 5 ounce. 5.5, 5 1/4, somewhere in that range. Now, a lot of these are chrome tan. The first one was veg tan, a little veg tan, chrome tan. This is chrome tan, but more of like upholstery leather. It's been milled. All right, now we're gonna move up into some of the bigger ones here. With these, Obviously you're going to need a little bit more pressure, so you're going to have both hands on the lever to do this. But this lever is very solid, and you shouldn't have any problems with it. And you can kind of hear it slide through there. You can already see that it's splayed out there. Perfect. Cuts right through it. No problem. And I'm not really trying. This press is definitely a workhorse. Now we're getting up into something that's a little bit more robust. Again, you're going to need both hands on the handle. There you go. Slides right out. Now, I'm going to show you what is it like to use your stamps on there. So I'm going to show you with both of my stamps at the same time. Now, on my previous press, I had to do these things one at a time, and that was kind of a pain. But now I can do both at the same time. And since this is 4 ton, my old one was 6 ton, but I find that this one does the impression just about right. Hold it for a few seconds, release, slide it out of the way, and there we go. Good impressions, not too deep, didn't cut through, which is nice. Sometimes that happens on my old press. I'd like to make a little shout out to a couple of people. Springfield Leather Company, they are fantastic. If you ever have questions as to what kind of leather to use, or any questions about their products, they're happy to help you out. They've got a fantastic customer service, and I can't recommend them enough. So if you haven't checked out Springfield Leather, go do it. It'll change your life.